If you've ever backed a bike out of a parking space and felt that split-second wobble, you know confidence matters more than ego. Today, we're counting down 12 motorcycles with genuinely low seat heights that still deliver real power. No underpowered beginner machines here. Because here's the truth. The wrong bike won't just bruise your pride, it can cost you control at a stoplight or thousands in regret after the first month. Before you buy your next ride, you need to see this list. Number 12. Kawasaki Vulcan S. Now this one might catch you off guard. The Kawasaki Vulcan S doesn't look like a typical performance pick, but for a rider over 45 who wants both feet firmly on the ground and real passing power on tap, it absolutely earns this spot. The seat sits at just under 28 inches. That means flat foot confidence at every red light. No sliding off the saddle, no balancing act in a sloped parking lot. Just calm control. The riding position is relaxed without feeling reclined, and the mid-set pegs keep your knees from folding up tighter than they'd like these days. Underneath you is a 649 cubic centimeter parallel, twin, smooth, responsive, and stronger than most expect. It pulls clean through the mid-range, making highway merges effortless and backroad runs surprisingly fun. This is not a sleepy cruiser, it moves with intent. If this countdown already feels different, if you're tired of people recommending small bikes instead of low bikes, hit that like button, drop a low and fast in the comments, and subscribe. That's what tells us you want real-world motorcycles for real-world riders over 45, not beginner fluff. Kawasaki's Ergo Fit system lets you tailor the bars, seat, and pegs to your build. That's rare at this price point and priceless for long-term comfort. Low seat, stable feel, genuine acceleration. But here's the tension. For some riders over 45, good torque isn't enough anymore. Once you taste confidence, you start wanting authority, the kind of effortless pull that doesn't just move you forward, but surges past traffic without hesitation. That desire for stronger low-end muscle without giving up that low planted feel is exactly what pulls us toward the next machine, one that keeps the seat just as accessible, but nearly doubles the attitude. Number 11, Honda, Rebel 1100. Now we're stepping into real muscle without climbing higher off the ground. The Honda Rebel 1100 keeps its seat at roughly 27.5 inches, which means you still get that easy flat-footed stance at every stop. For riders past 45, that matters. Less knee strain, no wobble in traffic, just steady balance when the light turns red. But twist the throttle and this bike changes personality. It's 1,083 cubic centimeter parallel. Twin rooted in Honda's adventure platform, is tuned here for deep, immediate pull. The torque comes on early and stays strong through the middle of the rev range. Highway passing feels effortless. Cruising at 70 miles per hour feels relaxed, not busy. And here's the part that makes it even smarter. Available dual clutch transmission. No clutch lever, no hand fatigue in stop-and-go traffic. Add cruise control and selectable ride modes, and you've got a low-slung cruiser that thinks like a modern sport tourer. It weighs under 500 pounds fully fueled, so it never feels overwhelming. Low seat, leader-class strength, real-world comfort, yet there's a subtle trade-off. Its relaxed character and modern electronics make everything smooth, almost too smooth for riders who still crave a little edge in the power delivery. And that's where the next step forward begins. A machine that sits even lower, feels even more compact at a stop, and brings a sharper performance personality without sacrificing stability. Number 10, Indian Scout. All right, now we step outside Japan for a moment. And yes, that's intentional. The Indian Scout earns its place here for one simple reason. It sits incredibly low and pulls incredibly hard. The seat is just over 25.5 inches from the pavement. That's almost Sportster low. For riders over 45, that translates into instant assurance at every stop sign. Both boots planted, no awkward lean, no second guessing, uneven ground. It feels secure the second you swing a leg over. But don't mistake low for lazy. This machine carries an 1,133 cubic centimeter liquid, cooled V-twin that pushes out roughly 100 horsepower. Crack the throttle and it surges forward with authority. On ramps, disappear quickly. Passing at highway speed takes nothing more than a twist of the wrist. Even though it weighs north of 500 pounds, that weight sits so close to the ground that slow speed maneuvering feels controlled and predictable. This is a bike that blends flat foot confidence with genuine acceleration, not one or the other. Now I'm curious, have you ever chosen a bike purely because you could flat foot it? And did you regret it later, or did it boost your confidence instantly? Share your experience below, because riders coming back after 40 read these comments before they spend their money. The Scout's 25.6-inch seat height gives nearly everyone the confidence of a full flat foot stance. Add 100 horsepower, and you have proof that low doesn't mean slow. But low and fast aren't the only ingredients in this title. After 45, comfort over distance matters just as much as straight-line punch. And while the Scout is compact and powerful, some riders start wanting a heavier, more planted highway presence. Something that feels anchored at speed. That's exactly why attention shifts to the next chapter. A machine built around torque, weight, and road-commanding confidence. Number 9. Harley-Davidson Low Rider S. The Harley-Davidson Low Rider S sits at roughly 26.5 inches, which is remarkably approachable for a heavyweight machine. When you roll to a stop, both feet meet the pavement with authority. No balancing act, no tiptoe tension, just a grounded, solid feel that immediately builds trust. Then you twist the throttle. The Milwaukee 8-117 cubic inch V-twin, that's just shy of 1900 cubic centimeters, delivers a tidal wave of torque. We're talking well over 100 pound-feet available low in the rev range. You don't chase power on this bike, it's already there. Highway cruising at 75 miles per hour feels relaxed, almost lazy, until you ask for more, and it answers instantly. Yes, it carries serious weight, but the soft L chassis keeps that mass low and centered. Add inverted forks and strong dual front brakes, and it corners with more composure than most expect from a big cruiser. The Low Rider S brings massive torque and a low 27-inch stance, giving experienced riders instant authority and unbeatable stoplight stability. But that authority comes with weight, and for returning riders or shorter riders focused on low-speed control, nearly 700 pounds can feel like more commitment than comfort. So the natural question becomes, what if you could keep the low seat and relaxed knee angle, but drop the intimidation factor? That question leads directly to the next answer. A machine that proves usability in traffic can matter more than brute force. Number 8. Honda Shadow Phantom. The Honda Shadow Phantom doesn't chase headlines. It doesn't brag about triple-digit horsepower. What it delivers is something far more valuable to a seasoned rider: balance, ease, and dependable pull. The seat rests just under 26 inches from the ground. That's exceptionally low. When you come to a stop, both feet settle flat without effort. Your knees aren't folded tight. The bike feels anchored, not top-heavy. For riders returning after time away, or anyone who values steady footing, that kind of stability changes everything. Power comes from a 745 cubic centimeter V-twin, tuned for smooth, predictable thrust. It won't snap your head back, but it moves with confidence. Around town traffic, 2-lane back roads, steady highway cruising, it handles all of it without strain or drama. Shaft drive keeps maintenance simple. The weight sits low and centered, so maneuvering feels controlled rather than cumbersome. This is not about ego. It's about riding longer without fatigue and owning a machine that works with you, not against you. But simplicity can reach a ceiling. For riders who still want sharper cornering, quicker throttle response, and lighter overall handling, the Phantom's cruiser geometry may start to feel limiting. And that limitation is precisely what drives us toward the next direction. A bike that rises slightly in seat height, but drops weight, increases agility, and keeps performance very much alive. Number 7. Suzuki SV650. The Suzuki SV650 brings sport character into this low-seat conversation without turning it into a chiropractor visit. On paper, the seat sits just under 31 inches. Taller than the cruisers, yes. But the saddle is slim where it meets the tank, which lets many riders get a solid boot down. Add a curb weight hovering in the low 400-pound range, and it feels light, not intimidating, when you're easing through a parking lot. Then comes the heartbeat. That 645 cubic centimeter V-twin has been winning riders over for years. It pulls strong through the middle of the rev range, making back road exits punchy and highway cruising smooth at 75 miles per hour. No frantic top-end rush, just clean, usable drive. The riding position is upright with a slight forward lean, engaged but not extreme. Your wrists aren't carrying your body weight. Your knees aren't folded tight. It's athletic without being punishing. Still, for riders prioritizing back comfort and wind protection. On longer highway stretches, naked bike exposure can become the weak link. That gap between accessible performance and everyday practicality is what brings us to the next machine in the countdown. A bike that keeps the power lively, but adds refinement where mature riders feel it most. Number 6. Kawasaki Ninja 650. This machine looks like it belongs to a 25-year-old, but rides like it was engineered for someone with experience. The Ninja 650 has always carried the entry-level sport bike label, and that misunderstanding has kept a lot of mature riders from even swinging a leg over it. That's a mistake. Seat height measures 31.1 inches. On paper, that sounds average. In the real world, the slim saddle and tapered tank let many riders get a solid boot planted at a stop. With a curb weight right around 419 pounds, it feels compact, cooperative, and unintimidating when traffic tightens up. The 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin delivers roughly 67 horsepower and 48 pound-feet of torque. Throttle response is clean. Mid-range pull is immediate. Merging onto the interstate at 80 miles per hour feels effortless, not dramatic. And unlike super sport machines, the bar position and peg placement won't punish your wrists or knees after an hour in the saddle. This isn't reckless speed, it's controlled energy. Still, for some riders over 45, even a mild forward lean can translate into wrist pressure during daily commutes. Stability is there, speed is there. But the riding posture may not be the long-term answer. That posture question is exactly what pushes us toward the next step forward. A machine that drops the seat dramatically lower, relaxes the spine, and keeps torque right at the surface of your throttle hand. Number 5. Yamaha Bolt R-Spec. Now this is where smart comfort meets real V-twin soul. The Bolt R-Spec sits just 27.2 inches off the ground. That's seriously low for a 942 cubic centimeter machine. For riders over 45, that means both boots flat at a stoplight, relaxed knees in traffic, and a center of mass that feels anchored instead of top-heavy. Twist the throttle and the air-cooled 60-degree V-twin answers with about 65 horsepower and nearly 59 pound-feet of torque. It's not about chasing triple-digit speed. It's about that strong mid-range surge when you roll on at 60 miles per hour and glide past traffic without drama. Weighing roughly 540 pounds, it carries itself low and steady. Upright bars and forward pegs create a roomy, easy posture built for real roads. Now I'm curious. Have you ever chosen a bike purely because you could flat-foot it? And did you regret it later? Or did it boost your confidence instantly? Share your experience below. The Bolt R-Spec sits low at 27.2 inches, delivering that flat-foot security that makes every red light feel effortless. Its V-twin torque comes early, making it responsive in real-world traffic without ever feeling frantic. But low and torquey, cruisers have their limits. Limited lean angle, modest wind protection, and for riders who rack up serious miles, versatility starts to matter as much as seat height, which is why attention shifts to the next chapter. A machine that may sit slightly higher on paper, but carries its weight so intelligently that balance and usability reach an entirely different level. Number 4. Honda NC750X. The NC750X carries a seat height of roughly 31.6 inches. That might sound average until you feel how low the mass sits. Honda angles the engine forward, dropping the center of gravity deep into the chassis. At around 493 pounds, it feels noticeably lighter at stoplights and during tight U-turns than the scale suggests. The 745 cubic centimeter parallel twin makes about 58 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque, tuned for steady, usable pull. It builds speed without revving hard, cruising highways smoothly and merging without hesitation. And then there's the integrated front storage compartment, big enough for a full-face helmet turning daily rides into effortless routines. This bike doesn't shout, it thinks, yet practicality can feel clinical. Some riders don't just want smooth, they want personality. They want torque with character. They want a machine that feels alive beneath them, not just efficient. And that craving for feel over function pulls us toward the next direction. A bike that keeps accessibility in check but injects heritage and torque into every twist of the throttle. Number 3. Triumph Speed Twin 900. This is where accessibility meets unmistakable character. The Speed Twin 900 carries a seat height of about 30.1 inches, low enough to feel grounded, high enough to stay commanding. For riders over 45, that means steady footing at intersections and calm control during slow, tight maneuvers. At roughly 476 pounds wet, it feels compact and beautifully balanced once underway. Its 900 cubic centimeter Bonneville twin delivers around 64 horsepower and nearly 59 pound-feet of torque. But numbers don't tell the full story. The pull starts early, builds smoothly, and cruises at highway speeds without strain or buzz. Neutral bars and mid-set pegs create a natural posture that won't punish knees or wrists. It's refined, but never dull. But as riders gain experience, expectations rise. Comfort is no longer enough. You begin wanting premium suspension, next-level stability at highway speeds, and torque so effortless it feels almost invisible. Number 2. BMW R1250R. Now here's the surprise entry. The BMW R1250R may not follow the cruiser formula, but when low seat confidence meets serious torque, it absolutely belongs here. With the available low seat, height drops to about 29.9 inches. That's genuinely approachable for a machine in this class. Even the standard setup remains manageable, and thanks to the horizontally opposed boxer engine, weight stays carried low in the chassis. At stops, it feels planted. In slow traffic, it feels composed, not top-heavy. The 1,254 cubic centimeter boxer produces roughly 136 horsepower and massive, effortless torque. Roll-on acceleration is immediate yet controlled, making highway passes smooth and drama-free. This is refined muscle, stable, grounded, and unmistakably premium. And before we leave, do you like this breakdown so far? If this video helped you rethink what low seat really means, tap that like button. And if you want to support the channel even more and get early access to our newest videos, consider becoming a member. It's how we keep testing and breaking down bikes the right way. The R1250R demonstrates how intelligent engineering can make a 30.9-inch seat feel completely manageable. Its boxer engine keeps weight low, its torque delivery is seamless, and its stability at stops inspires total confidence. But premium performance often comes with premium pricing, and not every rider over 45 wants complexity layered into every mile. So the final question becomes clear. What if you could combine a genuinely low seat, serious torque, long-distance comfort, and everyday simplicity, all in one balanced package? That question leads directly to the next and final machine. The one that proves accessibility and performance don't just coexist, they can dominate together. Number 1. Honda Rebel 1100T. When you build a list for experienced riders who value control as much as capability, one motorcycle rises above the rest with calm authority. The Rebel 1100T sits roughly 27.5 inches from the ground. That's exceptionally low for a machine carrying this level of performance. For riders over 45, that translates into something powerful. Both feet firmly planted at intersections, relaxed knees in slow traffic, and absolute reassurance during uneven parking lot stops. Confidence isn't theoretical here, it's physical. Beneath that low stance lives a 1,084 cubic centimeter liquid, cooled parallel twin. The torque comes on early, strong, and predictable. Roll the throttle at highway speed, and it responds with steady urgency, never abrupt, never intimidating. Whether you choose the traditional 6-speed gearbox or Honda's refined dual-clutch transmission, acceleration feels smooth, deliberate, and mature. Add the integrated wind protection, balanced chassis, and naturally relaxed riding posture, and you get long-distance comfort without bulk. This isn't simply the lowest seat with real power. It's the motorcycle that proves accessibility and performance can exist in the same breath. And once you ride something that's grounded, taller bikes start feeling unnecessary. And if this video made you rethink what confidence really feels like at a stoplight, and you're ready to choose power without intimidation, click the next video and continue the road trip with us. Subscribe and join a community of riders who value control, torque, and smart decisions over hype. And if you want early access to every breakdown before it goes public, become a member and ride with us on the inside.